What's going on, Cody? Welcome to Anything for Reactions, and today I'm going to be reacting to the Evolution of Palpatine animated. This by Tell It Animated. Now, I think it was just so incredible to see how many different, looks Palpatine had. Emperor Palpatine had so many different looks. It was just absolutely just so incredible. And I think it was just also interesting in, the prequels, just to see that dynamic between Anakin and Emperor Palpatine. How Emperor Palpatine, drew Anakin to the dark side. I think that was just really interesting. It was also really interesting just to see how, Emperor Palpatine, transformed Anakin into Darth Vader. I think that was just something that I just really loved, and probably was one of my favorite things about the prequel. I think it was just so phenomenal just to see that dynamic play out on screen. And yeah, I mean, I'm super excited about this. I mean, Tell It Animated, if you haven't subbed to them, go sub to them. They do so many fantastic animations and evolutions. I mean, we're talking about Pennywise, so many great ones that I just absolutely love. So they are such a fantastic channel. The description states Emperor Palpatine is the definition of unlimited power. I mean, absolutely. But just how has Darth Sidious evolved through the Star Wars franchise, from his political dealings on Naboo to his cloned return and Rise of Skywalker. Let's go through Sheev's looks, costuming, and story animated. Oh my goodness, I'm just so excited to see this. As always, the link to the original video will be in the description down below. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, smash that subscribe button. Let's go and check out the Evolution of Palpatine animated. Woo!
We are very excited to be partnered with the upcoming documentary In Search of Tomorrow.
Okay.
An epic 4-hour journey through the 1980s, recalling the best sci-fi movies of the decade.
That's awesome.
Including some that we've covered here on the channel. Click our affiliate.
Yo, I'm gonna have to check that out. That sounds super amazing. And this merge, that looks super dope too, man. I'm gonna have to check this out. This
Link
looks
in
so
the description
phenomenal.
below to support the channel and reserve your copy on Kickstarter today.
Yes. Definitely gonna have to check that out.
The Skywalker Saga. More like the Palpatine Saga. But just how has Palps evolved through the series? Let's go through his
Dude, Palpatine has gone through so many changes. Oh my goodness, he has changed so much, man, from
changing
original
designs and story to find out. In episode 1, Senator Palpatine dons green robes with puffy arms, a button undershirt, and tall boots. He also secretly sports a hooded.
He looks super normal, right here. He's okay, I'm pretty chill. I'm a chill guy. I look pretty normal. And then he dabbles into dark magic.
Undershirt
and then
tall
goes.
Boots. He also secretly sports a hooded robe with an.
And now he's I'm gonna be evil now. That's basically what is it's interesting.
Clasp in a plain tunic. And calls himself Darth Sidious.
Sidious.
In this disguise, he trains a Sith apprentice and manipulates greedy aliens to start a trade war with his governed planet.
Naboo.
With people pitying his situation, he's able to usurp the chancellorship, which gives him close access to Jedi Padawan Anakin Skywalker. In episode 2, he wears a black and brown ensemble with long sleeves and appears much more
he got seriously so much more.
He also wears a
he just looks oh yeah, I'm not even hiding anymore. I'm I'm a bad guy basically.
purple robe that has bunched shoulders and an additional cross-section down the torso. He arranges a forbidden romantic trip for Anakin, and as Sidious, along with his new apprentice, he helps amass a droid army for separatists from the Republic.
Dang.
Meanwhile, as Chancellor, he's granted emergency powers, allowing the Republic use of a clone army to defend against the droid army. In episode 3, Palpatine dresses in a
Dude, I remember that. That was actually a good scene too, with the droids against the Emperors. It was such a great. I love that
gray
scene.
robe, while his hair is now
That's a great battle.
white. He also wears a gray version of his long sleeve ensemble from episode 2, and another cross-sectioned robe, but with less bunched shoulders and a red color scheme. After revealing his Sith identity to Anakin, a group of Jedi Masters come to arrest him while he slices.
This was probably one of the best scenes in the prequels. This battle scene right here, I absolutely I dug it, man. It was so good, and just the way Anakin came in, you thought he was gonna save the day, and then they just turned the table on it. Just oh man, I love that scene.
Most of them like butter. One of the Jedi reflects his lightning back onto him, which reveals his disfigured face, yellow eyes, and rotten teeth. He recruits Anakin to help him, giving him the upper hand. He then takes Anakin on as his new apprentice, Darth Vader, and covers up his disfigurement with a black robe. Afterwards, he orders his clone army to execute the remaining Jedi. His new
Dang, dude, savage, man. Literally, execute Order 66. Dude just like he took over, man. And he went through like a whole transformation, man. Like I didn't know he like aged like that much from like the first to like the second. Like I had no idea, but like here he took like, oh, I'm transforming all the way, man. Like that lightning strike, it was woo.
Set the attire consists of red robes with a heavy shoulder plate and a long pattern down the front, as well as brown robes with dark shoulder accents, top sleeves, and a triangular clasp. Dressed in his city,
He had this many different robes. Like, oh my, I did not know he had this many different robes, man. Like, that is crazy, man.
garb, he and Darth Vader reign over their new empire. In The Empire Strikes Back, Palpatine initially resembled an old woman with bulging prosthetics and monkey irises. Although in the DVD release, he appears like his Episode 3 self, but he just has a quick hologram chat with Vader.
Wait. They really changed that? Oh my goodness. I had no idea about that. That is really interesting. Oh my goodness. I remember like the hologram and them talking and communicating and all that stuff. But I did not know he like looked like a woman. But recently, like I just now recently like got into like Star Wars with like Disney Plus. I was like, I might as well just check this stuff out. So I like literally binge watched like every single one of them, and I'm just like, wow, I was missing out on something because these were so amazing. So I mean, I'm still relatively new to Star Wars, but man, I mean, I binge watched them all, and it was like, oh my, this literally took you on a journey. I actually really dug the prequels. I thought they were actually really pretty good. So
To talk about his son, so moving on. In Return of the Jedi, Palpatine comes to oversee the completion of the second Death Star. He now uses a cane, wears a detailed and belted tunic, and his face appears less swollen with subdued eye shadowing. He tries to convince Vader's son to become his apprentice, but after being rejected, Palpatine blasts him with lightning, only for Vader to throw him down a shaft, which...
Oh, yeah. That was... Oh, man. That scene was so good, man. I love that. That one was so impactful. It was just such a great emotional scene as well. Like, oh, that was probably... That's the scene that everybody like remembers, and I just, oh man, it just so good.
Apparently explodes him. The game Battlefront 2 would feature Sentinel droids with domed heads and red gowns that play recordings of Emperor Palpatine, communicating plans on how to carry on after his demise. Then, in The Force Awakens, a new figure would rise in the form of 7-foot-tall Supreme Leader Snoke. He wears a golden bathrobe and has a sunken, scarred face. Just a few hours later, his face looks more rounded and his shoulders appear more broad. He enlists Vader's grandson, Kylo Ren, to take out budding Jedi Rey, but instead, Kylo slices Snoke in two. Only for it to be revealed in Episode 9 that Snoke was one of many Snoke clones, somehow created by Palpatine, who himself was brought...
So good, man. Like, oh, it's just one of many clones. That's so good.
Brought back by dark science and cloning. This time, his robe has no opening.
Man, the power of the dark side and cloning. Man, like, what?
In the front, and his arm sleeves are shorter. He lacks most of his scarring, is paler, has no pupils, and withered limbs to prevent him from standing. He's kept alive by a giant medical device, and now spends his time sitting in darkness amongst obnoxious strobe lights. He recruits Kylo Ren to...
Wait, among obnoxious strobe lights. Oh my goodness, that's so great. And also, like, these animations like are so phenomenal as well. I mean, I absolutely just so dig them. I mean, it's so great. The amount of detail that goes into these is just so stellar, man. So I mean, kudos to Tell It Animate, everybody involved with this. Oh, it's just so phenomenal.
Kill his granddaughter, Rey, apparently born from a defunct Palpatine clone. But when his plan fails, he asks Rey to strike him down so his spirit can enter her. She refuses, so instead he sucks the Force power out of both her and Kylo, restoring his body and allowing him to leave his life support. He then trades his old robes for new black and crimson apparel, plus an electronic belt, despite his apparent unlimited...
Okay, Palpatine is turning into Buzz Lightyear with that Space Ranger belt. That's so good, man. You know, you need that electric belt. It just literally adds everything.
Power. When Rey deflects his lightning with a second lightsaber, he's easily torn apart, which brings Palpatine's reign to an end. Until the next clones rise to power, that is.
Oh, are you kidding?
Don't forget to check out In Search of
Yo, if that really happens, like, oh my goodness. Like, can you imagine that?
Tomorrow by clicking our affiliate link to support the channel. With over 40 names
so
lined up for
good.
interviews, including director John Carpenter, actor actor Ernie.
They got John Carpenter on this? What? Dude, he is literally like one of my like favorite like directors, composers. Like he is so amazing. Like with everything done with Halloween. Holy moly, that's gonna be great.
Hudson and Dennis Muren, the special effects supervisor behind the original Star Wars trilogy.
No way. Are you serious? Dude, oh my, I am so excited about that.
Documentary is sure to be great. You'll
Yes.
get to join a private community on Discord and be a part of the life cycle of the production. Join watch parties and special guest
my
Q&As.
gosh.
Don't miss out on this sci-fi treat.
Dude, I do not want to miss out because this looks
Click
so
the link
good.
in the description below.
May 17th.
Thank you for watching.
Great Scott. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was so good. I mean, just the amount of details is so amazing. And the amount of transformations for Palpatine is just like the evolution. I think that is just so stellar. Like the amount of effects that went into this Star Wars. I mean, I just absolutely love that. So I think it's so stellar. And oh my goodness, I like how he went from like being like, yeah, I'm a little normal, but I have this dark side, to going like completely like bad guy. So I think that was just so well done, just depicting the story and the evolution. And I think still one of the most like compelling things is that Anakin and Emperor Palpatine. I think that is so well done, especially in the prequels. I absolutely love that. Like, I think that is so amazing. Obviously, the original trilogy, so iconic. But, I mean, Palpatine, man, is definitely... I think it was just interesting to see how he influenced Anakin to, like, join the dark side because of everything he knew about his personal life. And so I think that is just so phenomenal and just so amazing. And, oh my goodness, this was just so great. What do you guys think about the evolution of Palpatine animated? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, click that bell to turn notifications. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy the video. As always, guys, I'll catch you in the next reaction video.